Hello traders, and welcome to this new Bitcoin technical and order flow analysis video. The volatility on Bitcoin is over the roof. We are getting so many trade setups. We as a scalper, day trader and swing trader, you are getting 3 to 5 trades a day, easy high probability trades. So in today's video I will go over some trades I took, what was the confluence for them. So it's gonna be focused on education. The first portion of the video I'll be starting with macro. I will be explaining you why we are moving so rapidly, because Bitcoin in the end is reflecting the global liquidity in the system and like global sentiment as well for the risk on and risk of mood. So I will be explaining that with S&P and some other factors, and then we will move on Bitcoin. I want to show you the trades I was taking. We can actually focus from here, because if I turn on my trades folder, here is mainly the big intraday, big day trades and swings I'm marking, but there are many smaller trades also. If I'm scalping, then they are in the group, we are taking them together. I'll be explaining all these moves, because I think the last video on the YouTube is from this point when Bitcoin was over here. Okay, so we need to cover that. And in the last portion of the video, we can have a look what we can expect from Bitcoin, where we are right now. Okay, so what is resistance to the upside, to the downside, where you should be waiting for price to come to you so you can start interacting with the markets. That is going to be good plan. And also we have a white swan event for the Bitcoin. So I think yesterday we've seen very huge TIVA buyer here. I'll be showing you that, how you can actually find when big entities are buying market. So if you shorted, you would be destroyed. If you want to find big guys with hundreds of millions, I'll be showing you how to identify this. And I think these guys are front running very big news for the Bitcoin, which we already get, Bitcoin strategic reserve, because we have crypto summit on Friday. So I think yesterday move was front run of that. We got the board move as well. You had this was literally like sometimes I give signals in a group. I take trade, I tell it like 2-3 minutes after, and traders can go with me. I don't do it every time, but yes, the big trades I'm trying to inform people which can become day trades and swings. So yes, many people took this with me as well. Let's start with macro first. How I'm going to be very different from the 99% of the educators in the world, because along with trading I'm doing investing as well. So not only I'm trading, but I need to educate myself on investing side. And when you're educating on investments, you also learn about global economy and macro situations. You learn how to utilize any news event into your favor if it's very strong one, especially like these days we have tariffs. Each time market mentioned, Trump mentioned tariffs, market took big move to the downside. On Bitcoin, on equities, you could be shorting hell out of the market and make a lot of money. So yes, these are implications. So macro, when we go into our like very simplified template for equities and Bitcoin, yesterday bounce was done also thanks to equities bouncing. For example, now it's all about tariffs. I think the big games are played here. I think this is one big theater, and in my opinion, the Trump administrative, they want to like send market down so they can in the end prop up the market, and they can buy it. Also, they can stimulate Fed into action. So because one day they are telling you we have big tariffs of Canada, Mexico and whoever, and next day they say maybe we will pull these tariffs in few days when you sort out the problems on borders. Yes, so the markets are really this I remember shows it really well. You have stable bull market, you have then emotional bear market, then you have kangaroo market, and we are in kangaroo market. The main takeaway from this is if you get really good profits, you better take profit, because next day you can wake up and you will be round tripped. So these markets are like that, just based like so many news events. Like I can't even compare this to like before Trump. The world was pretty stable and we haven't had so many news events, and now every single day some crazy volatility is happening on equities, on forex, everywhere. that's how it is. I remember when Trump was in charge last time, and it was not as volatile, because it was not so much leverage in the system, and also like options also adding volatility to markets. But yes, this is definitely helping it. Today, for example, we are bouncing. What's actually the reason we are bouncing today is so simple. We are getting like huge moves down on energies. Yes. So even though there are tariff fears in the economy, a lot of them, energy is going down, which is going to be helpful to put inflation down. So this is, if you see very red energy sector, you oftentimes get green equities in general, because this is like long term, this is going to pressure inflation down. Tariffs will be increasing inflations, but you can also do a lot of counter forces. That's why Trump said he was going to be they will be drilling, and they want to put oil a lot more down. So it's going to be cheap energy, and in cheap energy environments, equities are doing pretty well. So this is just small reason. I also think today's stability from market comes from Congress. Yesterday he was talking to Congress, and he somehow calmed down the markets. So yeah. And about Bitcoin, so extremely important part for the Bitcoin. They finally gave more clarity on BSR. So this pump here was when Trump announced there will be Bitcoin strategic reserves. Crazy move to the upside, right? What was the problem of this move? Look at that. So when the news came out, I got them pretty quickly. You can see I was entering a few minutes after the news. Very, I would say, pretty big size. It was like 3-4x, which is big size for me. I was taking profit once, so this position was already risk-free. Even if I would be stopped out, I was adding on a pullback, and then huge move. And even Solana, like you saw, Solana, Cardano, and so on. But this was thanks to Bitcoin strategic reserves. An initial move is to the upside, and market is clearly showing you we will be quickly above 100k once we get more details, and we need details. Yeah, that's what I will be explaining. So this move to the upside was insane, but the big problem was, I was mentioning, I was doing my morning analysis. I will not go over analysis of that day, but I just want to start here because so much is happening, so many factors. Like this video would be so long. But what I want to mention for you, which is pretty much key, was this post here. So I can read it for you. As we said, the main danger of the impulse was it happened during the weekend. If you see market diving below it, it means you trap people who bought big time in it. So we are pushing to the upside. Absolutely, this was one of the largest CME gaps ever. Yeah, so you are creating institutional inefficiency. That's what you need to remember. And over the weekend, you are missing institutional volumes. It's mainly retail and free whales. Okay, but you are missing CME and other big players in this system. So the retail pumped the market, but if you check my trades, and I was every time I took profit, I was telling in our group as well. So take profit 2 was done here, take profit 3 was done here. I think I had left like 25% here. This was the final take profit for me, like super simple, just from price action. Once how to stay bullish in after such move, you need to really do this. Yes, so you come here, you do swing failure pattern, you continue ranging. Okay, you continue ranging, go to the highs, then you will see never happened. We actually started local downtrend. Okay, so you see now high, lower lows. Okay, market tried, it took swing failure pattern, it took liquidity over here. This was by the way, big short, so I was participating on a move to the downside. Again, this was also a bit of like signal, because I told group pretty fast I am entering, so I captured whole move to the downside as well. We were just waiting, like we were already, I told group I'm lurking here for short, because we've had huge sellers here in the order books. Now you cannot trade without order books. So like 80-90% of the decisions from my trading are coming from order books. Do you want to buy here into hundreds of millions on the sell side? Yes? No. This is what we are waiting for. We actually planned when we are here at the morning. I said our traders and myself, because every time whatever I'm saying, I'm planning for myself. I will be lurking here with shorts, because I want to clear these weak highs. You will come into trapped highs. I mean, we've got some trapped traders at the highs as well. You come to the walls and you can be taking the trades. Execution was also done in the group. I will not go over execution. This was done with the Exocharts. And also, if you are taking trade here, there are two approaches. You can have tighter stop loss or you can have wider stop loss. Wider stop loss means less leverage. Tighter stop loss means higher leverage. It's up to you. I preferred medium leverage because I put stop loss behind these walls, or ultimately you can put, it's pretty bad to put stop loss behind these two highs, because if you breach these walls, it's very likely you come here because you, in the future, this is going to be target anyway, but you have weak highs. This was good high, but this high already weakened this high. Look at that auctioning process here. A few times minutes spent here, no selling tail, nothing. This high is weakened. So this is now weak structure, almost like equal highs here. So my take was, I'm hiding stop loss behind these big walls and let it ride. And for sure, it was a journey. It was a massive journey. Like I take a bit of scalps as well in these environments, but these main big, huge day trades are they are making crazy profit. So with not so much effort. This is volatility we live for. You cannot be just playing around. You need to trade this. Okay, so yes. Okay, so so in the end we can say market stopped me out, but the 80% plus profits were already done. I was planning to add, but only after we do certain things. And when we return to this post, for me, I only was looking for longs once we completely destroy this impulse. Again, here is more reasoning about this. So first of all, we want to call CME gap, and if you go into the charts, the problematic things on this, if you are long here, the extreme problem is you don't have volume support. So if you do this, okay, you go just on volume, and you have, like, you literally have no good support in these areas. Yes, we've got scalp here, scalp long here. The other books were good here, but that was, main direction was to the downside. Just the retest of the market structure, boom, down. So, and just imagine 90% of people were retail over the weekend, right, trading. So they bought the dip. Even my friends were, two of them were asking me if they should buy. So I knew it's really like in the news, this Bitcoin strategic reserve. You create literally no support in such moves. That's first problem. This was weekend. You are getting CME gap. So yeah, big move. I said, to our traders, like, this is going to be medium to long term positive. Like, we can even get above 150,000 for Bitcoin in next 12 months or 2 years if we don't get massive recession. Easy, yeah, easy, because we will have huge buyer, like much larger buyer than Sailor himself. So, but the initial move is usually market loves to fade them, so full move to the downside. And we are preparing to actually, like, once you destroy all the people buying here, but once their stop losses are getting hit, you will be looking for, and this was weekend, like the blue place here is weekend, so you look to stop out everyone from the weekend. Only then you get first idea for long. Okay, and that's what happened. So let's go to charts. Yeah, look at that. So here was the area where I was looking to start to look for longs, and we did it. This was also liquidity taken, small range here. I was not positioning as much here, our traders know, but only from here. Yes, when we turn on the trades, we took the trade, and I will be showing you how I was striking that trade just right now. So I would say I and some traders in the group moved to the upside with me, then to the downside, and now we were looking for longs. You don't want to short here. Why? I will be showing you some posts, but overall order books were heavily bullish here. This was the second strongest demand we've seen. Like hundreds of millions were already on the buy side until 80,000. So you already can trade this range first for nice long to the upside. Let's now go to my trading for since yesterday. I will be explaining you some setups. We can actually start here. Yes, we can start here. We can start here because I was not getting position in this nice range. I was just showing you. I was not even home for a few hours, and you could clearly see, look at that. So market is ranging to the sideways, The delta on perpetuals, so on leverage, is going sideways, but we are seeing decent spot buying. Do you see market trending to the upside? No, market is going sideways. So spot buyers are getting absorbed, which is telling you is pretty likely we might revisit the lows of the range. So we actually got we were trading the swing failure pattern first. That was first trade of the day. Everyone longing after this drop was also getting stopped out. Look at that. So perpetuals delta, the purple line, now catching up to the lows and even further. And this is also showing you not only people got stopped out, but also more sellers are coming in and they are getting absorbed. So we were creating some bullish absorptions at lows as well. Yes, we did swing failure pattern, but the delta is much lower compared to this point. So this was also a great ingredient for swing failure pattern. Let's go further down. And on the bounce, like after the swing failure pattern, we've seen very locally a nice bullish CVD on spot markets. Yes, spot was selling already at lows. The delta we should be at lows. We are not. We are pushing to the upside. This was the initial trade, but this was not the final low for the bounce. You can see I was trading this. Nicely. A lot of longs coming, a lot of shorts. And we actually rotated full range, so I need to show that to you. On Tradingdifferent. This was I missed the short. I missed that short sadly, but sometimes it happens. Yeah, over here. This was actually express rotation of the range. What you can't hate such price action. So you are getting into a very nice swing failure pattern here. Initial reaction was smaller, then you are getting another. So you are now taking, this was New York session open, I think now, yes, actually on New York we are saying massive, because we know statistics, there is 96% chance you will take out London low and London low or London high, and you will replace it with New York, because New York matters. The volume from New York is our final boss. So New York is coming in, immediate move to the downside, another swing failure pattern. Okay, now this low was taken from earlier. This is, we can call it like early New York, yeah, but it's still like London as well. So this was taken out, massive push to the upside, like huge momentum was done here. And we've rotated fully the range. You are fixing at least 2-3 highs. You are taking liquidity from shorts. You rotate the local range. You must take pretty large take profit. Some traders took short here. I missed this one. And then we've got another move to the downside. All day, by the way, I was preparing our traders. First, I want to trade, because every day I wake up, I'm giving my plan. That's important when market is here. I said, I'm not looking for any trades, but I'm looking for swing failure pattern out of this low as a first trade. Second trade will be, this was also planned, I marked all these session naked point of controls, because we had no daily naked point of control here. So we were marking from especially this from New York, because the New York was decisive here to take us from these massive lows from 78,000. So New York has the most powerful high volume nodes and session point of controls, because the most volume is traded there. So second point of defense and reaction where I'm looking for trades is the New York session point of control, and final area is this market structure, the naked box, and then low, because the low is also pretty weak. So we've got multiple supports where we are looking for trade. One swing failure pattern low failed, we've got literally to the dollar very nice reaction from the New York session point of control. So that was really great. And also when we were down here, you've got was this spot wall? Yes. So when I was taking long from session point of control, we were also having, let me check. Oh, this is not the low. We need to go a bit lower. This was for another trade. Yes, we need to go a bit lower. Equities are pulling market down, but they are pulling it down into this session naked point of control. So here we are. By the way, there was a late entry. Sometimes you don't interact with market at the lows, only when, like, we've got big shorts here trapped. So only when we reclaim them, I was entering on a change of momentum. Positive delta flip in Exocharts. Yes, positive delta and negative delta flips are very important. Shows you when someone is getting into control. Yes, you can see them here. Delta. And it's even more visible. Also on this template we are watching them too. Okay, so let's go back into the equities. Were also helping with the bound session. I get point of control as we said this time. And when you are pushing out of such low, you want to get quick reclaim into the local range. So when we return back into 5-minute chart, you've got this local range here. Yes. So when you engage here, now pullback is also holding very nice the market structure. Now you're getting nice acceptance into it, and the market was warning you. You are still in local range, but as you are getting here, you are getting no swing failure pattern, and you are trading above the VAC. So market is warning you the breakout is coming just locally, and then you start feeling this was inefficiency to be filled, and then you have much larger one here. This one was also filled decently. So yes, very nice setup when you become more greedy. And if we go, so this move, does this move looking to you natural? Let me check where I was explaining that. We have the, oh yeah, and one of the key reasons we were looking, because some traders were asking if they should short, because some people took short here, if they should expect much larger move to the downside. Well, I said very clearly, I'm not looking for, even for scalp shorts much here in this range, but I'm looking for longs and to stick to them. This is the result. And the result is very simple. Order books are giving you the second most powerful support you can see. Not blue bands, but now we are seeing yellow bands and wider bands from higher time frames. So you are still like this area, like whole area, from 81,000 to 79,000 is offering you order book support. Same like here. If we would drop here, you would actually get blue bands. Okay, so we were actively looking for long opportunities with such order books. You can see on thresholds, they were decent already. Decent almost, yeah. But these thresholds when we were below 80,000 were even much more powerful. These thresholds we've had here were similar to like this. But we know there is hundreds of millions on the buy side in the order books here. So that is what is causing it. Yes, all these people. And on spot market as well. If you zoom out, look at that demand. Yeah, crazy. And market often doesn't feel people in such clusters. It just front runs them. People already engage, yeah, because they use wider invalidations. And these people who have passive walls here, they see they are not getting filled. Market is changing, so they are entering in market orders. But this was very like anomaly. This was anomaly because market, what is market usually doing, right? So you are going up, and then you have some curvature, like typical market structure, something like this, yeah. But this move was not looking like it. Let me. No. And one more. Yes. So this move was like you had no pullback, nothing. Just you would need to also watch this live. But anytime someone was trying to sell, he was getting absorbed by spot buying, and the spot buying was pretty huge. When we go into this template, I just want to show you this because if you were trying to short this, you would be just losing money. You would need it to be in the long. Bitcoin CVD, yes, here. And we zoom out. We go to 1 minute time frame. This is recent. No, which one this is? Oh yeah, this is. We go here. we can turn on Bitfinex. Let me check if I'm aligned from 80 to 1000. Yes. I need to refresh this. When was this happening? So this was happening 4th of March. Yes. Yeah, over here, finally. As you are leaving this range. So yeah, you can see the spot, like, look how very smooth is this spot delta. Very smooth, and Binance and Coinbase, someone was feeling very large VWAP. So, and you can see this VWAP here. Delta spot, you see, no, this is anomaly, like where normal markets are like you have few positive candles, then you have negative candle. But if I look at that, so this was since this moment, I don't know who, of course we do, maybe it's gonna be sale, or we will find out next week. But for me it was very clear some institutional entities present. The TWAP started, only positive candles. And I was seeing perpetuals trying to fight this, and they were constantly getting absorbed. Even the candles were like you pushed, and then you pushed a bit, then some sellers tried, but then immediately new green candle. That was the whole move to the upside. So yeah, I would say these are insiders, very likely front running the crypto summit and Bitcoin strategic reserve details. It doesn't matter who it is, for example, but what matters is we are identified. We have the huge TWAP buyer, and I said in the group, until he stops buying, we will not have pullback. So only here first negative candles are arriving. So I would say here already after 10 minutes, I was assuming he's gone. The big volumes are gone. Now market starts to range. You are getting at least local pullback. So time to take profit as well if you want, and maybe scalp short if you wanted. But you will see when I identify the person. Oh yeah, we already did the push. You can see also decision making here. Yeah, I'm again long, and I'm thinking if I take profit too. This is when you are living outside of the range. If I don't see swing failure pattern, I will postpone take profit. So I was more greedy because we were leaving, and already I identified at 85,000 we have that large TWAP buyer on spot, and he's working across multiple exchanges. Yeah, it's not usually one exchange. They fill orders constantly on other. So now I don't want to like even think about shorts. I don't want to think about it because I will. Yeah, look at that. You would be 85,000, and you see the overall move up was. So when we identified him, it was over here, and we doubled the move. So still very, very useful to find it. Sometimes you need time to pass, so you see these delta candles. We were monitoring this. TWAP buyers still present. Perpetuals tried to fight him, and they lost because perpetuals tried pullback here, and they lost. Yeah, look at that. We are getting to the highs, they need to rebuy positions. The shorts rebuying, we continue higher, and he is accelerating. The TWAP buyer is accelerating, move to the upside. So we don't fight that. Lots of walls. Actually, I tried short here. I got the 0.5% stop hit, and I was out. Overall, it was very positive day, so that small loss was not a problem. It was only area I was looking. It was like first area to look for shorts with the big walls, but these big spot buyers were really resilient. They just push market, and overall, you've got with the buyer equities were also pushing, so it was double force for Bitcoin. If you were in long, very happy because equities are rising. You have TWAP buyer, like perfect scenario for you to just enjoy it. What's the time here? It's the day already. We can also cover the day a bit. Was not trading as much today. I was just enjoying mainly this long. This was the final area I'm expecting to be hit. Maybe if it's front run me, that I will take profit a bit sooner. The final one, but we will see. Today's trading was mainly characterized by the order books. I can show you what I did today, just few scalps actually. So my plan today, when I was waking up, I told our traders I'm looking for market to come into this area for sure, but this was pulled. I personally think these walls were pulled because they entered the market orders here, possible, or they're just hiding. So market was very close to the highs. You could take, let's go here. So market was pushing into the highs. We were aware of this spot cluster here. So if you look for trades and markets continues to push heavily, look at where we actually are in the chart. This is, we haven't done, did we do swing failure pattern? I think, no. So only problem with this setup was we haven't done swing failure pattern of this high here. It's still, now we have equal high. So in the future, I think market will try to fix this maybe in the very near future. So you have equal highs here and here. And maybe CME took it. Let me check if CME took it. BTC1. Because oftentimes CME does swing failure pattern and it actually skips exchanges. So it actually took this high. So this is left, but it was swing failure pattern on CME based on this local high. This is the final high. Okay, so CME is the culprit here. So yeah, this was your resistance for today. If you were trading this, you could be shorting here and just hide stop loss behind the large spot wall. Market was not ready to buy over 90,000 today. And on perpetuals, we were very clearly, as we were dropping to the downside, I said our traders, the first area I will be looking, we can even find it here. Okay, so this was the roll down from this resistance for short, so you can be in hedge short. And the first area I was planning to trade is here. For scalp long continuations, you are lurking here. Look at the reaction. So this was already very, very profitable for me. So I actually hit like minimum profit targets I was looking for today. First, we've got the front run. Now we were doing the retest of the wall. If you zoom in, this is the great thing about Tradingline. You can zoom in and see the interactions. Some people are pretty zoomed in on it. We went into the 368, this is very big wall by the way, and we managed to sell only 19 bitcoins and trying to breach it. There was 47, like someone, like you can already see there was some walls already in front, like smaller orders in front of it, and they exhausted market before you took the wall. So this was the first trade. I was taking this one as well. This was another trade with the wall. Another trade for these are not small moves, like for scalper, these are great. 0.50% move. Now the wall is taken out. This one survived, another bounce, and now we are getting another bounce with equities turning. Someone was today buying. So as another area we wanted to trade was 500 Bitcoin wall on spot. That's huge size. Is ordinary size is 100 Bitcoin. The big size is 200, and this is huge because this is 500. So it's the biggest category I have for walls. 500 to 1000. So a very huge wall. I was waiting if we get the retest, but the guy actually canceled the wall and he went in with market order. 500 Bitcoins bought at enough, like he was feeling he was buying for 2 minutes, like he did 2 buys. So yeah, so in the market, when you get the fat finger, we call this fat finger because we don't know if it's mistake or not. It's just someone is FOMO. Yeah, he don't want to wait for limit orders to be filled. He spent a lot of money. He spent like 50,000 on fees, and he lost another 50,000 at least, and even more, like 100k probably, on a bad execution, because you can see the first order of his was filled here for maybe, let's say 200 bitcoins, but the remaining size was done in the wicks, in the smaller wicks. So he lost. He's got better execution. Yeah, without, if he would be limiting, he could be filled much lower, and now his average entry is maybe $1,000 higher than he wanted. So it is what it is. But what is important when you do wicks on one exchange only with big size, the market, there is very high chance, like 90% plus, you will be filling that. So we actually did, like, immediately market started pushing. Market wants to be efficient, and this is inefficiency when one exchange is doing something strange. So we feel this, we actually go beyond. Maybe it was same entity who is bidding market now, because I'm seeing again, it was 1 minute time frame. He actually started the market buying. Coinbase is filling all the waters today. It's TWAB, I would say. At least at the big portions it was TWAB, now is maybe not, but they were bidding this market to the upside. So we can think, if you plan to trade, so what is today? So it's first day, what is the plan for the next 2 days? So first of all, you will have crypto summit on Friday. This can actually hold market underpinned. So I told our traders I'm looking to buy the dips for the next 48 hours, because market is now building hopes. The good things will be delivered. We actually got the news. We've got the news what will be there. I just need to mention it because this is important for traders. Okay, so here we are. So the president definitely thinks that there is a Bitcoin strategic reserve. So this is good news. So we know it's very likely coming. Now there will be a question of how do we handle cryptocurrencies? And I think the model is going to be announced on Friday. So market will wait for that. I think the best thing for Bitcoin will be Bitcoin strategic reserves, 500,000 Bitcoins they will need. So they will need to still buy 300,000 Bitcoins, because I think the US government owns 200k of Bitcoins. They will be separate, and ideally we get separate motion in Congress and they will approve it much more easier. And then you will have Solana, ADA, XRP and Ethereum in other fund. It could be US wealth fund. And that would be excellent, because maybe Congress will not pass shitcoins getting into the US reserves. But for Bitcoin is much more likely. You know, you can even check this public, how many Congress people own Bitcoin. I think it's over 40%. So they know what is good. Bitcoin is the only true. Like in this volatile world, everything is unlimited. We can dilute, we can print equities, but not Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the most hard asset. So they know they are in Bitcoin and there is good reason for it. So now I'm doing prediction. I think market will stay positive, like underpinned, if equities doesn't crash. This is like good, like important condition, because Bitcoin is hard. Bitcoin is fast beater of equities. So if equity starts to really go down, then we have problem for Bitcoin as well. There will be pressures. I can also show you like so you learn on all fronts how is looking on ES. I'm not doing any super advanced technical analysis here, but what matters here you already seen like in 1 minute. So we go to 4-hour time frame. So equities are at all-time highs. We have these tariff wars and fears and everything. Now we are seeing first signs of weakness. So you were ranging here for a long time. You were ranging here for a few months, since November. You lost the range, the values lost. You are also losing this low and still trading below this low. Until you reclaim this low is looking very bad for equities still. You need to reclaim that. Then you need to reclaim market structure. This is going to be first positive sign, and then you need to reclaim val. And we will see if there will be some bearish backtest of the val and these lows. Okay, so tends to happen. And you can see we still hold. Like this is support from, like if you zoom in, this is support from these nodes from October and from November. You also rotated smaller range. I mean, it's not so small, but it's long, like September, October, 1 month and something, yeah. So we look at that. Val was almost reached, and you also traded point of control. So this was also if you trade equities, this was your trade. Now, if you start losing this, you will be coming into this. This is still another form of support, previous VAH, and then this one. If those two fails, I don't see much support for equities, and we could really see 5% move to the downside and full range rotation. You have then point of control waiting for you here, and then you will have these lows and val for potential swing failure pattern. But if you start really losing this support, you have like 5% move to the downside. it means 10-20% move to the downside on many stocks, and very likely Bitcoin will drop 10-20% if you do this, 10% at least. So we will see. Maybe Bitcoin strategic reserves will change things, and we need to see break of the correlation. So this is about ES. So on Friday we get more news on Bitcoin strategic reserves. What we need to know is when they will be voting in Congress and when they want to start buying Bitcoin. So we can have this new buyer in the marketplace, which is going to be US government. And then we will know in how long time they want to buy Bitcoin, and how much of the miners are still producing Bitcoin. So we will know how much of this is going to be taken by US government buying, and market will do some calculations. And even if US wants to buy a lot of Bitcoin, if we get recession, then Bitcoin will fall. Nothing will stop it, because there will be general outflows from all markets in the world. In Corona, you remember what happened. We had a day when everything crashed 40% same day, because everyone was looking for exit. So many stop losses were getting hit. Just crazy. So this is fundamentals for Bitcoin. I'll be waiting for Friday. My plan is very simple right now. So I'm still looking, so very locally, right? So I'm looking for this high to be taken out, this high to be taken out, this high for swing failure pattern and repair of all these highs. Liquidity taken, move to the downside. If we start pushing, then I will be more patient, because I see there is not much resistance here. So I will be waiting for this high to be taken. This is we still have these spot sell walls, and is, for Bitcoin, if you zoom out, this was not so hard push from 81,000 to 90,000, not so hard. Order books, this was big resistance, but the spot buyer was buying all of it. But now hard work start for Bitcoin. You will need a lot more volume and momentum and demand to breach higher all these walls, and there are even small walls waiting. So this cluster might give us swing failure pattern at first, but we will see how strong is demand into this Friday news event. For the longs, we already traded this area really well. You still have a weak low here, so New York session low is very weak. Look at that structure. You can even see here. Zooming out. Need to restart this. The data were missing, so we can restart and we can talk about other things. Meanwhile, I just need to click. Very good. One more thing I can add for your education. When I was trading these walls with Exocharts, we can go to see, because when we are trapping traders, it's very useful for our trades. We go here. And we go to Bybit. Too many time frame. Actually, it was not Bybit, but Binance. And the time 15:22. Yes, over here. Just need to. So each time you were approaching the big walls, the breakdown shorts were piling in. Look at that. Look at this delta. So many shorts. This was the first bounce. Here, first bounce. Market tries to squeeze them. Now we are getting into the this was the retest of the wall, another huge shorts getting trapped. So each time you were seeing large absorptions with new shorts getting absorbed. So these setups were like a textbook example. Another big shorts here, again getting trapped. So really good bounces. That's the reason why you actually went up so much, because the market was engineering and trapping all the shorts at the lows 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and now you literally pushed on their full fuel. You look at that. So, and now they are closing heavily. They are closing heavily now. You are hitting targets from these walls, but you cannot long now. You even had some short setup because now things changed. This is sadly retail. They are shorting lows and buying the breakouts to the upside. So now huge buyer is coming in, and longs are starting to get trapped yet again here. So is now not much trade for me. If you are short here, you wait for these people to be squeezed. So that's how market works. You trade above UA, by the way. That's not bad. What are equities doing? Just pushing and sideways. So not much advantage there. Okay, so Exocharts loaded up. So I just want to show you the current low. Yes. This is very weak lows because you've got 3 weeks at the same place. A lot of auctioning activity, no finished auction, no massive absorptions, only in this candle or something. So very weak low. In the future you can be looking for swing failure pattern from this low. Then another area today, maybe we get it today, maybe not, is going to be these lows, and then this one as well to take out. And you can do something like this. If you fail here with swing failure pattern, it means you are expanding the range. Liquidity is here. You can take it out and just expand the range. So you'll be creating just much larger range here. And it is area you want to really hold, because if you fail at this low, and bulls know that. So if bulls fail here, you open road to the downside. This was really great. We had a huge diva buyer here on spot market, but he haven't left much support. Yes, the true support is here in this range. So when you look at volume profile, this is the problem you are seeing. You have to defend this low and stay inside the volume and just expand the range. If you don't, then it's going to be, market will be feeling a low volume node. Yes, no single prints here, but it's still low volume node. So yes, then you will be focusing on this high volume daily naked point of control at 83,650. It's really decent because we've had a lot of we've had decent amount of shorts into the lows as well. So very, very good after you feel this. But yeah, level by level, first you need to lose this low and then you go there. And to the upside, we have really good daily naked point here. 3rd of March, you see it. Yes, it's from Monday. I'm just checking if it's not weekend, because weekend is weak for me. Let's merge this all together. Yeah. Decent. You can see how market really needed to populate this with the volume. So we still faced stiff order books resistance. Market might even continue ranging here. Not even sure if we find volume into the late New York session to actually continue over these spot walls. Yeah, spot is still buying, but it's not nothing crazy. Perpetual markets are funny. I don't know what happened, but the very limited was like, yeah, everybody is scared here. Nobody wants to put limit fees. They are maybe in fear they will be trapped. This cluster in the future, it doesn't matter if the walls were filled. From here and here, I will be looking for another day trade short, which can become swing. Of course, I will not be fighting any news on Bitcoin, but if you come here, these walls were signaling us there is really nice resistance still. They can go with market order, so I'll be watching here, of course. Then I will be looking to fix these highs. We already went over that, and look at that empty order books to the downside. So it's more about spot. Yes, I think the market did very huge deleveraging, because when we go to aggregated open interest This is why also spot market is like leading the moves, like many of them, because when we go to 1 hour time frame, we are seeing what is happening. 2 hour time frame we need. Open interest took big dive from 300,000 55 bitcoins down to 50,000 bitcoins signed off from. Yeah, that's crazy. And if we get recession, if we get very bad performance on equities, if Bitcoin strategic reserves disappoints the market, I cannot predict if it does or not. We will see on Friday. But ultimately, if Bitcoin continues down, going over 78,000, we've got multiple supports from 76 down to 69. We've already mapped the areas in my previous video, so just watch it. But ultimately, if we will be getting a recession and resets of the markets on higher time frames, then it's very simple for Bitcoin to, you can watch this, you can watch full open interest round trip. We still have some things to go. 34,000 bitcoins are still left to go, and this is going to be really good reset for the market. And if we do this in the future, you might get new range here first, and then you will get either bounce or another breakdown, but leverage will be taken out from the system. So for long term, this is going to be really great. But this is, you can watch this target. Yeah, we know many of these people are positioned still in longs from here, so you already destroyed a good portion of them, but still some of them are in longs holding. That's why when you go down, you are seeing these big moves on the open interest as well. These people who are positioning here are just playing it safe, and they take profit. You can also see now the new liquidity is building here in the spot's resistance area, so potentially if he gets swing value pattern, liquidity is also taken. To the downside is more distributed now, and if you want to punish people, you will be focusing on this like very large wide node. After it's taken, then you get another chance for longs. To the downside, Bitcoin did really good job again, taking out big build-ups. For me, the most important thing for me was to take out this whole node here. So I'm pretty sure all these people getting destroyed from this pump when they were getting a port. You can see how this market works. Like Bitcoin was using fuel from shorts to move here, but we really literally stopped when we had not much liquidity here. You needed a lot of new buying. There were no closing of stop losses and liquidations driving the move to the upside. So even this, that's how you can use trading different. It's also useful for you. So this is more local liquidity, and below current low we have this is swing value pattern liquidity. You want swing value pattern from here, and then you have another huge chunk. This is a multiplier of the 3-month range. This is I would say this is max pain liquidity from 78 down to 70. If you come here, you will destroy even more people than like on the first move to the downside, because some people have wider stop losses and they will be destroyed here. Yes, and today, like I will not very likely not plan to trade. I will just be waiting for Bitcoin to come here, or just to come to this low and to these lows. The best trading for you is first 2-3 hours of New York session. And now is lunch there, and they're just chilling. But yeah, I'm really curious how Friday ends up, and we need these big details when they start buying Bitcoins, and how and when it's gonna be going to Congress for approval. I just hope, they will separate the shitcoins from Bitcoin. That would be what we need. And what we can summarize, in the end, TRDR and our templates, which we were tweaking for 2 years, are final boss in the room. Blue Band's win rate continues to be 90% since 2025 and 85% since 2023, so whole bull market. Even if you got the pump here, do you see the pressure was here? The institutions were ready to stop market. Now we are getting more intraday setups, but overall books are slightly negative, but it's nothing crazy. Again, we need to come to these areas to get pressure, much larger pressure from all the books helping us. So, and we still need to return back into lows if you want to see order book support. So this is going to be, you have not as much order books utilization in this zone. Yeah? So when we trade, we want TRDR on our side. So here is a bit more. There is more pressure, but it's nothing crazy. This is Bitcoin liquidating people both directions. Huge liquidity done. Let me check. I usually do technical analysis at the, what's the duration of the video? 55 minutes, my usual 1 hour. Just very quickly, I just want to look on higher time frame, and because I need to rechart some things as well, especially here. And I know some of you want to be like in our group. I would say composition of traders is 25% scalpers, and remaining are, or even 20% scalpers, and the rest of the group are day traders and swing traders. And if you're if you're a scalper, like I used to be just scalper, just remember you can pull these really good reward ratio trades, and one such trades can be such rewarding as like 1 or 2 days of scalping. So don't forget to do that and focus on it. Just very quick look from technical analysis. I need to rework a bit of market structures here. Even if you were pushing to the upside, we were unable to like properly reclaim 3-month vals. Yeah, so if you want to see more upside, then you need to reclaim this, and then we will be facing point of control retest. So very likely we get juicy shorts from him. It's really good. We filled low volume out on the medium time frame, most of it. That's really encouraging. Okay, so I think that's it from me in the video. If you find this useful, just give it a like, and we will see more in the future from me covering macro, Bitcoin, and everything together, so it makes sense for you. We use technical analysis to look for trades. We use Orderflow to execute the trades. We use macro knowledge to know why is market heading certain direction. So it's very simple, these 3 things, and you are doing, if you combine it, you are doing really well. Thanks for watching, traders, and if you want to educate, just join our group and come trade with us and come learn with us. See you later, traders. See you in the group.